Hi guys, time for another draw. So, what's my next read in the PopSugar challenge? Let's pick something. Okay, I'm going to face it this way. And maybe something from more behind. Oh, there's a couple of stuff lurking over here. What's lurking in there? Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, so it's prompt number 15. Oh, that's going to be interesting. I think this is a long one. So it says a book about new beginnings. So it's Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. So that's my next read. Okay, I sort of half watched the Ghibli studio movie. I'm not really big on Ghibli studio. I like the aesthetic, but I tried to watch like also Princess Mononoke. I didn't like it. I think they're too, how should I put this? Feels for me. I may be too simple for them, but I heard the book is a bit different. So I'm excited to read about it. I'm going with there because I feel like a draft going there. Weird. Anyway, so what was it? Prompt number 15. Yeah, I'm going to pull it up. Okay, let's see what it is about here. This thing. So yeah, I half saw the movie like 20 years ago. That was a long time ago. Sophie has the great misfortune of being the eldest of 3 daughters, destined to fail miserably should she ever leave home to seek her fate. But when she unwittingly attracts the ire of the Witch of the Waste, Sophie finds herself under a hard spell that transforms her into an old lady. Her only chance at breaking it lies in the ever-moving castle in the hills, the wizard's Howl's castle. To untangle the enchantment, Sophie must handle the heartless Howl, strike a bargain with the fire demon, and meet the Witch of the Waste head-on. Along the way, she discovers that there's far more to Howl and herself than first meets the eye. So, this is supposed to be a middle grade book. And it was actually published in 1986 when I was 4. I'm old. So yeah, never read it. Should be interesting. And maybe that afterwards I'm actually going to watch the whole movie. I think it's on Netflix because, I'm in Hungary, so we have the Ghibli movies on Netflix, so should be able to watch it. Okay, we'll see how I like it. It's 329 pages in Pages, so that shouldn't be too long. I do have an audiobook edition of it, but it could be a bit old. We'll see if it's actually good quality. I'm going to see how it is, and if not, maybe I'll see if I can get some sort of updated version or something. Anyway, that's just logistics. So, Howl's Moving Castle. I'm finally going to read it and see if it's as good as the hype. Or, well, usually I don't like hype books. That's not good. Oh well. Well, stay tuned. See how I like it. Bye for now. See you in the next one. Hi guys! So this is a review of Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. Long name. And I read this for the 2026 PopSugar Reading Challenge, prompt number 15, which was a book about new beginnings. And I gave this book 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it, but cozy fantasy is really not my thing. So this book is about Sophie. And fun fact, I was almost a Sophie. But my parents couldn't agree on it. Anyway, so Sophie Hatter is a girl. She's 18 and she works at a hat shop that she inherited from her father, and her stepmom is helping her. And a fun fact, there's a bit later on when they realized that they were both keeping the hat shop going for each other, and neither of them liked the hat shop. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Anyway, so she gets cursed by a witch, the Witch of the Waste, and she wants to go to Howl to lift the curse. But because she's turned into a 90-year-old woman, so she doesn't look like herself. And in a way, she finds a stick, a walking stick. She makes kind of friends with a scarecrow. And when she goes to Howl's castle, there's no one around, and she figures like, well, I just can't just ask him to lift the curse. And he has a pretty bad reputation where she lives, so she figures that she's going to help him, like clean up and cook and do stuff for him, and then he'll like her and just lift the curse. But actually, he can't. He reveals later. She also meets Calcifer, who's a fire demon, who's kind of like connected to Howl, and also Michael, who's a 15-year-old assistant. And when she meets Howl, she thinks that he's a very vain kind of guy. He like sort of likes women, and then he woos them. And when they're thoroughly wooed and they like him back, then he just drops them because he doesn't care. And but later it turns out that he does have some pretty good qualities, like he helps people for very little money. He does charge the king a lot though, as he should. And also she makes friends with Michael and Calcifer and some other people along the way. And so it kind of meanders for a long while. This isn't a short book. But then towards the end, things start speeding up. We get more and more people in, and we find out more and more things, more and more clues as to what's actually going on with the Witch of the Waste. And then in the end, it just all wraps up. And Sophie's young again, and obviously, I mean, no one thought that she was going to stay an old woman, because she was obviously having some romance going on with Howl. And then, yeah, the end. Fini. So I like the world. It was nice. And while it was written for children in the 80s, it wasn't talking down to people. It wasn't overly simplistic. It had a pretty good kind of mystery going on, and a magical mystery with magical clues, and you kind of had to think about it. I kind of figured some of it, not all of it. But yeah, overall, it was a pretty good book. And so yeah, 3.5 stars means I enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't like kind of my thing, but I do see its value. And I do recommend it for people who like cozy fantasies, because this is definitely that. And yeah, it's not. I think adults can definitely enjoy this book. It's kind of an all ages book. So yeah, I recommend it. Now, let's turn the thing. It said 18. And now, 19. So I've read 19 books so far this year. and read my review in the usual places. And don't forget to stay tuned for the next one. And follow me, follow me, follow me. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi guys! So this is going to be a bit different from my usual content because this isn't a book review, it's a movie review. It's a review of Howl's Moving Castle, made by Studio Ghibli. And I watched it because I recently read the book. So I sort of saw a bit of it 20 years ago, but I really just fully watched it for the first time after reading the book. And I was really surprised because they changed so much of it. So with the main character is still Sophie Hatter, who gets cursed by the Witch of the Waste to become an old woman. And Howl is still a wizard, and Calcifer is still a demon, a fire demon. Basically, though, that's what the same is, and that there's a castle that's moving. The rest of the story is pretty much completely different. So stuff like Sophie only has one sister in the movie. Her stepmother isn't that really great kind of person who we met in the book. And Michael, if, for example, is a little kid instead of the teenager in the book. So I wrote a sort of essay on the changes, and if you want to see a video series made out of that, then let me know in the comments. But I did like the movie for the atmosphere. It's visually very beautiful, and the steampunk element was very interesting. That was definitely also not in the book. So I did like that part. The rest of it, not really. So without spoiling much, there's a war going on in this story, and which wasn't in the book. The book was basically a magical mystery in a cozy fantasy, and this is like about war and loss and love. And so the first like hour, maybe, so like the first half of the movie is leans into that cozy fantasy, slow moving kind of feels. It's very beautiful, but then it goes more into the war, and then things start amping up. And I actually had to watch the last half hour twice because I was like, this is making no sense to me. It was kind of a jumbled mess, I think. I mean, maybe for other people not, but it was kind of a jumbled mess for me. And things got resolved in a very weird way. And Sophie has white hair, I guess now. So yeah, I'm not a fan actually. I know this movie is very beloved, but I was kind of confused because I didn't like it all that much. Um, I like gave it 2 stars. Because it wasn't horrible. Like, it wasn't awful, but I really didn't like it. I think the war element was really forced into this, and a lot of characters who were nice and good and lovely in the book were made evil in the movie, and yeah, I'm just not a fan. Sorry, guys, but if you like the movie, maybe read the book because the book is a lot better. Like, really, it's a very different story, but I think it's a lot better story because it's smarter and it's not like trying to shove some anti-war propaganda down your throat, which is like okay, I'm anti-war, of course I'm anti-war, but it just came out of left field. Yeah, I guess not for me. So that review is of course not going to be on Goodreads and Storygraph because those are book sites, but I do post it on my own blogger site, the Unapologetic Reviews, and also the big comparison thing is also going to be posted on there. So if you want to read it, check it out, and let me know in the comments if you want me to make videos out of that, because I could talk about this for a long time. I was like, I was actually discussing it with my missus the other day, and I was like there are so many. She kind of reads books through me. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, and check out the written stuff, and let me know in the comments about should I make that series, because it's going to do a lot of filming. But yeah, I would love to do it. Thanks for watching. Bye.